Computer. Am I recording? Hey team, welcome to our Wednesday night call. Today is January 18th, Wednesday, obviously. And tonight we are talking about challenge groups. I know you're like, Ashley, we talk about this all the time, but I have completely changed the way I run my challenge groups. And I had to jump on and share this information with you because this has completely changed the way my business operates now. And I have so many coaches that are on this call that are currently in my challenge group so they can... Sorry, I got really distracted. Emily's eating smart food, and if any of you follow Sean T on Snapchat, his husband, Scotty, is ridiculously obsessed with smart food, and he had over 300 bags of smart food popcorn delivered to him for his birthday from all of his friends. So I got really distracted by that, so I totally lost all of my train of thought. So Emily, thank you for sharing your smart food because that just cracked me up. Because it made me think of Shanti. If you guys don't follow Shanti on Snapchat, you need to. Okay, anyways, I completely changed the way I run my challenge group, so I had to share that with you guys. But real quick, there's some announcements. First things first, guys, there are still Summit tickets available. If you're serious about your business and you can afford it, get to Summit. I can have coaches that can post in the team page. If you've gone to Summit before, ladies, if you'll take a moment and just post in the team page about how awesome it is. There are still tickets available. We still have plenty of hotel rooms available. If you are thinking about getting certified in any of the programs, I know Quarter Forces is going to be there. Size will probably most likely be there. I'm assuming Country Heat, Insanity, and Turbo Fire. Those are the main ones that are usually there. Certification is Wednesday, usually 9 to 5. Please, for the love of all things, do not fly in Wednesday morning. I don't know if Logan Turner's on this call. She gave me a heart attack last year because she flew in Wednesday morning. And if you are 5 minutes late to the training, they do not let you in and your money is non-refundable. So don't play that game. Come in Tuesday. I know my room is already full. There are other people that have rooms. The hotel rooms aren't too expensive the night before. I can book one of my rooms to come in earlier. It was $175 for the night. So if you split it with a couple people, it's actually not too bad. So yeah, if you haven't gotten your Summit ticket, make sure to get one, guys. Be there if you can. And then certification. Team challenge. If you guys are on a team challenge team, keep rocking it. Remember, you only get points for your workouts. So make sure you guys are sharing your workouts. Tomorrow I will post a BAT post, and that's the post that you will be posting either. Now, don't think you're going to get a point if you post a BAT. Be like, I didn't fill one out this week, but here it is, because that ain't going to fly. I need at least 3 days filled out. Okay, so if you're on the team challenge, make sure you guys do that. And then lastly, I've been wanting to do this for a while, but I couldn't with the rental house and whatnot, but we are having a Team Fire to Get Fit Day, aka barbecue in the backyard with cornhole or whatever you guys call it, because I know it's called like 5 different names in other states. My father used to make fun of me. He's like, it's not called cornhole, maybe in Ohio. I'm like, yeah, that's what it's called. I think they call it bags elsewhere. I don't really know. But it starts at noon. If you guys are traveling, you're more than welcome to come early. You can stay as late as you want. Remember, if you're traveling, it's a tax write-off, the mileage. So come hang out. We will provide all of the food. We just ask that you bring your own beer, bring your own wine, and if you want to bring a side dish, or if you just don't like what I'm cooking, you're going to have to bring your own food. It's not going to be 21 Day Fix approved, y'all. Okay, I'm just saying. Katrina, it is May 20th. I put an event in the team page. It'll be rain or shine. So if it's raining, we get to hang out in our house. I have plenty of room for y'all. Jen Steiner can vouch. We got space for everybody. And don't worry, stilts will be boarded so nobody has to worry about him biting you. Guys, he's not as sweet as he looks. I'm just saying. All right, guys. So we're going to go ahead and dive right into the topic. I have slides, which means it's going to be a good night. Oh, it helps if I do a screen share and I don't just start doing my own slides. Whoopsies. I'm real professional over here, guys. Play. All right, Emily Albrico, you are the person I see. Can you give me a thumbs up? All right. Raf, don't go pooping and puking tonight, okay? I see you. I see you. I heard you had an incident today. Yeah, looking all cute and handsome over there and innocent. All right, guys, so let's talk about challenge groups. First things first. Challenge groups are the center stone of your business. They're the heartbeat of your business. And I know you're like, seriously, Ashley, how many times do we have to go over this information? But it's important, and that's why we need to go over it. You cannot grow your business if you are not doing a challenge group. I'm going to be 100% honest with you. If you're like, man, my business out of the standpoint, why am I not growing? Why aren't people buying things? Why don't I have coaches signing up? I'm going to ask you, do you have a challenge group? And if you told me no, I'll be like, well, that's why your business is at a standstill. You have to be running a challenge group, always. And I'm be really frank and honest with you guys, because what else would you expect from me? If you are not running a challenge group, you are not doing your role as a coach. Our role as a coach is to help motivate and inspire other people and show them it's possible. But how are we doing that if we're not running challenge groups? So today, 4 years ago, I became a coach. Woo, woo! Thank you for all the love and the shout outs today, guys. I love it. I appreciate it. But I remember the first thing that I wanted to do when I became a coach is I wanted to run a challenge group. And I remember asking my upline, can I run a challenge? She's like, yeah, go for it. I was like, no one's going to join me. Absolutely no one. And I was like, I'm going to put up this status. It's going to show up on Time Hop here pretty soon. I'll post it in the team page. I'm like, I'm going to put up the status, and I bet only like 20 people are going to join me. And I said, I'm only accepting 15 people. Because as a new coach, like, it's super overwhelming if you have a lot, in my opinion. At least that's what I thought. I had 25 to 40 people wanting to join. I was like, oh my goodness, like, this is amazing. Like, I had no idea. And I've been running a challenge group ever since then. I don't know if Stephanie is on the team call. I think she is. But I used to tell her I hate running challenge groups. And it was because I wasn't connecting with my challenge groups. I wasn't finding a way to run them that worked for me, which I'm going to share about in a little bit and show you my challenge group, show you how I've completely revamped it and what I've done to it. But now that I've like fallen in love with my challenge group, I have fallen in love with my people. Man, they are awesome in that group. I love doing challenges, and it's totally turbo jam, whatever you want to call it, started my business. So first things first, this is a little bit of a training that I also got from Super Saturday, this past Super Saturday, but creating the right kind of experiences that deliver the best results for your customers and ultimately the best results for you. And that's really what a challenge group is. So I'll leave this slide up for a second. If anyone wants to write this down, but creating the right kind of experiences that deliver the best results for your customers and ultimately the best results from you. 90% of my coaches now come from my virtual fit family. I have no idea what to call them. I change the name every single day. One day it's virtual gym. The next day is my virtual fit family. Today, that's what we're going with. But this is what you want it to become. You want them to become a newbie, to a participant, to an enthusiast, we're going to go with that word, to an advocate, to a coach. That is your goal throughout the challenge group. But your ultimate goal is just to help them and help them get results with their health and fitness, to make it fun and to not make it 30 days, to not make it 60 days, but to make it all year long. And it kind of goes in with those whole bottom limited is not just 21 days anymore, guys. We have to help our people all the way through. How many times has a customer joined a challenge group and then after 21 days or after 30 days, we don't hear from them anymore? They've dropped off the face of the earth. That's why I'm pretty sure most of you don't do challenge groups, or you're like, I don't understand why I'm not getting engagement. And we're going to talk about that in a little bit more depth. But first things, I want to go over what's in the slide. So newbie. This is somebody that's brand new to your challenge groups. First off, when you have somebody that's interested in a challenge group, you need to find out their goals. And I'm not saying what their long-term goals, short-term, long-term, what are they? You need to ask them some really serious questions like, what do you want to, what fitness results do you want to get? If they tell you, I want to lose 50 pounds, that is awesome, girlfriend. Now, let's break that down. Just like I talked about in last week's call, how are we going to get you to lose these 50 pounds? Like, what is your game plan? And that's our, I'm going to talk about it in a little bit, but people are like, so you don't make people purchase something from you. And I don't. My groups are free. I don't make them do a free membership. I don't make them buy a program, because a top coach that is respected and loved in this business denied helping me because I wasn't willing to spend the money yet. And that is not a good feeling. So my philosophy is I will help everybody, even if they can't afford a program. And that is okay with me, because ultimately it's about them getting results and not me making a quick buck. And when you learn that philosophy, when you adapt that, I don't know, policy, and you start to love that, you're going to see a change in your business. But if you just think of a person as a number, as a success club point, as a $40 commission, you're in this for the wrong reasons. And I ask you to search deep and down and figure out what you really want from this business. So you're talking to your person, you're finding out their goals, their short-term, their long-term. Then you need to let them know, and I see the chat box, but I'm a squirrel, so I'll have to come back. If it's another question that a veteran coach can answer for me, if they're able to. If not, I'll come back at the end of the call. You need to have them take before pictures, weight, and measurements, even if they're not doing a Beachbody program. Why? Because on accountability day, when they weigh in and they're gonna be like, damn it, I haven't lost any weight, I'm be like, shake your before pictures. Have you taken any pictures since then? Have you taken your inches? The scale doesn't always tell the progress. And also another reason why is because even if they haven't started a Beachbody program, but they do one, guess what? They can submit those results to the Beachbody Challenge and possibly win $500. Hello? I've done that before. If you guys are not submitting your pictures and you're not telling your challengers to submit their pictures when they're done with the program, you're not doing your job as a coach. Some of you have some amazing weight loss stories. I'm looking at you, Jasmine Plum, because you are on the side of my screen. If I find out girlfriend is not submitting her pictures once a month, a calendar month, I will personally come out to New Jersey and come visit her. And she's going to be like, I didn't submit them just so I'll come out there. I'm just telling you. But you got to make sure you guys are doing that. Okay. Then you need to let them know why they need a coach. Guys, you know why you need a coach. You can't do this alone. How many of you tried before Beachbody to lose weight, to go to the gym, to diet? Yeah, Jasmine's the only hand I can see. Emily's and Victoria are elsewhere, which is totally fine. I can't see anybody else on my screen. You need accountability and you need support. And I'm going to show you guys some posts in my accountability group, and you'll see that like it's not just fitness. When somebody's having a bad day, they post in there and they're like, I'm having a bad day. I'm sorry I'm not here. Yesterday I had the living day from hell and I hate Apple right now, and I posted about it. My girls have my back. So that's why you need to know why they need a coach. But you also need to let them know what they can expect from you. I am straight up with my people. I am not a coddler. I will not hold your hand, and I will not check in on you daily. I know I cannot do that, but you know what I will do? I will put you in my accountability group. I will call you out when you don't post for 5+ days. I will encourage you and help you every step of the way as long as you are in my fit group and you're being a part of the community. So let them know. If you're a coach that you can check in with them every day, bless your heart, let them know. If you're a coach that can't do that, you need to let them know that right away. Because I have had challengers like, well, I need somebody that can check in with me daily. I'm like, I love you, but I can't. But you know what? I will find you an accountability partner within my group, and they can check in on you daily, and you guys can be there for each other. So let them know what they can expect you. Next, you need to explain to them about your challenge group and what to expect in your challenge group. You can't just throw somebody in the challenge group and not let them know what to expect. And I'll go into the rules that I have for my challenge group towards the end of this call, but you need to let them know what to expect. If you don't set those expectations in the beginning, I guarantee you that's why you don't have engagement. I guarantee you that's why people aren't chatting. I guarantee you that's why people aren't posting anymore. You need to set those expectations. So now your person wants to join your challenge group. What do? You introduce them just like you would a coach. Now, first off, if you're starting the group at the same time, don't introduce all 30 people, okay? Calm the brakes. Nobody needs to see that. But if this is a revolving challenge group, which I'm going to talk about because that's what I do now, we introduce every person that joins us. If Trish adds people, she introduces them. If my challengers add people, they introduce them. You know how we introduce coaches on our team? We do the same exact thing in our challenge group. It makes them feel a part of the family, and it makes them feel like they're in a community right away. So, awesome. You have a newbie. Do you like this guy? His name was Stumpy. I don't know. He was cute, so I put him on there. He had a sweatband. I wanted to go with it. Now they're a participant in your challenge group. So, first things first, and this was a question I'm going to go over later because it was one that I got. Make sure they're engaged. I get all the time, well, how do you keep your people engaged? I don't know. I just do. And I think it's part of because I treat the challenge group like I'm a challenger. I post. If I have a bowl of ice cream, I admit I have a bowl of ice cream. If I had French fries that day, I post. I share my workouts. I'm posting my frustrations. I'm doing every single weigh-in. Even if I gain, I'm telling my girls I gain. I am engaged in my group, but I also run challenges in my group. So right now we're doing a 30-day squat challenge. So every day at noon, there's a squat picture where they have to check in with their squats. I do a fit tip of the day, which starts discussion underneath them. I've done daily challenges. You guys are going to see some videos. We did a dance-off this week, and it was freaking epic. Jasmine Plant, did you ever post your dance-off picture? Girlfriend, she's in my group, so I can call out. But we did a dance off, and it was so much fun because it had nothing to do with fitness, but we celebrated what we had accomplished. We were so pissed off at weigh-in that day that we just danced it off, and we celebrated everything we've accomplished. And it made my heart so happy to see my challengers posting these videos and dancing. And I did it too, because you have to lead by example. If you want other people to do it, you got to do it yourself, guys. Make it fun. Fitness is fun. Fitness should not be grueling and discouraging. It should be fun. So the example I had for fitness is fun is doing a dance off, but I already undid that one. I already talked about it. Some other challenges you can do. You can do like a jumping jack. Who can do the most jumping jacks in a minute? Who can do the most burpees? Like, you can do so many fun things within your group, but you have to make sure you're engaging them. If you're not engaging them, that is on you. That is not on them. You want to make sure they want to stay in the group. Guys, you have to be 100% you. Don't be fake. If you made a bowl of ice cream and a whole piece of pizza, own that shit and post it in the group. We are human beings. We are not these super fit robots. I don't know about you, but I don't have six packs. They are nowhere in this body. And if they are hidden under layers of ice cream and French fries and Nutri-Grain bars, because I am a human being and I let my challengers know that I gain, I post about it. I skip a workout, I post about it. I have a cheat meal, I post about it. If you want your challengers to be there 100%, you need to be real with them. If you're not following the meal plan, it's not a big deal. Just own it. If you're not following your schedule, own it. Quit being fake. Quit being this fake coach just because you think that's what you have to be. Be 100% you. Guys, be a friend and show up in their lives. One of my challengers had a super rough day, and I'm like, girlfriend, message me, vet at me. That is what I'm here for. It had nothing to do with health and fitness. I send note cards to my challengers. I have a Google Excel sheet, and I ask them all for their email or for their names and addresses. And I send them note cards. I send them encouraging cards if they're feeling down. If they've hit 10 pounds, they get a note card. If they're active in my group, they get a note card. People like that. People like that handwritten note. A handwritten note can go a long, long way, and that's why I send them. I already talked about must participating in your own group. Lastly, guys, hold them accountable. It is your job. The girls in my group will tell you, I am not afraid to call somebody out. And if you're afraid they're going to hurt your feelings, grow some freaking rhino skin and realize you are their coach. You are not their BFF at that moment in time. And if you want them to get results, you want them to be engaged, you want them to continue down the road of health and fitness, call them out. Haven't posted in 5 days? Call them out. They keep posting their cheat meals? Call them out. I do that. They miss a weigh-in? Call them out. That is your job as a coach. You have to hold them accountable. All right. So do we like this girl? She looks really excited. So now we went from newbie to participant. Now they're an enthusiast and advocate of Beachbody. And that is what you want. You may have somebody who does not start off with a Beachbody product, but slowly they integrate into a Beachbody product, which I will talk about. But we're pretending this person's done Beachbody the entire way through. This happens by them getting results. So that means holding them accountable, making sure they're doing the program, making sure they're not falling off the bandwagon. If you haven't seen them share their workouts, tag them. And don't individually message them, tag them in their group. That is what your group is there for, y'all. Make sure you have a kick-ass challenge group. The better your challenge group is, the better results they're going to get because they're going to want to stay and they're going to want to be engaged. I know Stephanie has people that are always in her challenge groups because she is a rock solid hammer, lay it on the line, I'll call you out, I'll share your numbers, and that's why people like her, because she doesn't just kind of let them skate on by. Give them responsibility. So today I posted in my challenge group, I said, hey, I didn't have time to do weigh-in numbers. Can somebody do weigh-in for me? Somebody did it right away. Last week I said, hey, can somebody check post for me? I need you to search everybody in the group and see if everybody's posted within the last 3 days. My challengers accepted. When I asked somebody to be responsible for the squat challenge, they accepted. Because you know what's happening? They're starting to play the role of a coach. And when they're playing this role of the coach, you can now invite them to become a coach on your team. Be like, you know what, girlfriend, you are awesome. You are helping so much of my challenge groups. Like, you're amazing. Have you thought about becoming a coach and doing what I'm doing? You're already basically doing it. And they're either going to say, no, I'm good, or yeah, I've actually been thinking about it. And that's when now they become a coach. They can add their own people to your challenge group. Do not send them off by themselves unless they want to fly their happy wings right away, but have them help you with the challenge group. Give them more responsibilities, have them invite people in, and guess what? Now that they're a coach, announce it in your challenge group. Tasha became a coach today, and I immediately announced it in my challenge group, and my challengers were happy for her. You need to celebrate when people become coaches, not just in the team page, but if they're a challenger, in your challenge group. To me, when somebody commits to being a coach, they're committing a little bit higher to the health and fitness journey, and that makes my heart happy, and you need to share that with other people. So now we're going to get into how I run my challenge groups. And I say this every team call. Hold on, let me take a sip of water. You can take my ideas with a grain of salt. You can do whatever you want to do. But remember, I have been doing this for 4 years. This is through a lot of trial, error. What doesn't work, doesn't work. So this is how I'm running my groups. So I used to be notorious for doing a 30-day group. Every 30 days, I did a group. Every 30 days, I shut down the group, set up a brand new group, put in the same new post, put in the same recipes, did the same welcome, and it became tedious because it was the same people over and over and over being in my challenge groups. Not anymore. And I had this amazing idea back in November, but sorry guys. Now I am running a revolving challenge group. So what do I mean by that? My door is never shut. 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, my challenge group is always open. We have 52 people in our current challenge group, and they're my challengers, they're coaches challengers, they're challengers, friends joining us, but they're revolving and they're nonstop. So this is why I say introduce them when you add them, because now we have new people in our group, and that can be kind of intimidating for somebody to join in the group. But when you introduce them, it's not so intimidating anymore because they're like, oh, I'm here, and they're being welcome. Anyone can join my groups, but they have to have a plan. So say Jasmine messages me and she's like, I want to join a challenge group. I'm like, okay, awesome. What's your plan? Well, I'm going to walk every day. That's my plan. First off, that is not a plan. That is what you do on a daily basis, and that's not going to fly with me. So let's find something else to do. Are you going to go to the gym? Are you going to run? Do you have an at-home workout that you can do? Oh, yeah, I have a gym membership. Okay, awesome. So you have a game plan. Perfect. Let me add you to my group. Just to let you know, weigh in every Monday. You can't miss more than 2 of them. Once you miss 2, you're out of my group, but you're more than welcome to come back whenever you're ready to recommit to the group and to your health and fitness. Oh, I don't really have a plan. Do you recommend anything? Actually, yeah, we have Beachbody On Demand. I think it would be a great fit for you. You can try so many different workouts. What do you think? There's 30 days free. I only offer this outside of Beachbody Unlimited. I don't offer it free right away. So they have to have a plan. Walking is not a plan. And some people may disagree with me, but walking is not a plan. That does not work for me. So that's the first thing. So if somebody doesn't have a plan, that's how I introduce Beachbody to them, but I do not make them buy anything. I do not make them do a free membership. To me, it is very icky when you're like, yeah, it's a free group, but wait a second, you have to sign up for a free membership, because even though it's a free membership, you're making them sign up for something. And then remember, you can never set them up on the Coach Mobile app again. I let them know that they must participate in 2 weigh-ins. My weigh-ins are non-negotiable unless they talk to me ahead of time. They're like, listen, I don't really weigh myself due to past issues. Can I still be in your group without weighing in? Abso-freaking-lutely. That is totally okay. I just ask that you're very active in the group then. Okay, not a problem. If they miss 2 weigh-ins, they are out. So that 3rd one, if they miss that 3rd one, they're out of my group. I tag my people every week. So today I said, hey, this week as a group, we lost 49.5 pounds. Awesome job. Hey, you 2 ladies, you've missed the last 2 weigh-ins. If you miss next Monday, you're out of the group. I really hate to see you go, so please make sure you participate. My only other rule in my groups is they cannot advertise for any other products. Guys, you are doing this for free. You are doing this out of the kindness of your heart. Do not let people walk on top of you. If they want to use Advocare, if they want to use Herbalife, if they want to use whatever protein shake or meal replacement shake or energy drink they want to use, that is fine, but they cannot advertise that in my group. So if somebody says, hey, I had my shake today, that is fine, but they can be like, hey, I had my Herbalife shake. They get 1 chance and they're out of my group. I don't mess around. You are doing this out of the kindness of your heart. Do not let people walk all over you. So something I do in my group, we do fitness tips every single day. We do 30-day challenges. Right now we're in the middle of the squat challenge, and I'm going to X out the screen share because where's my mouse? There we go. Because I want to show you guys how my new group is set up. So I have to exit out of this screen share, and then we're going to go into a new screen share. Oops. I thought I had all my messages down. Okay, guys. So this is the one group. So I have two right now because I'm in the midst of setting up a brand new group. So that's the right. Okay, so this is my current group that I've got going on. Like, this is where all of my people are at. We have 52 people in here. And I do have Q&A, so don't think I guys forgot about you. So this is my group, and it is a very, very active group. Like, I had to turn the notifications off because of how active it is. But I make sure I go in, and what I want you guys to see is look at all of these people that are commenting on these posts. Oh, look at me when Jasmine tried to tell me she liked plyo because or Pilates. But every time somebody makes a post, people are commenting, and this is what you want in a challenge group. This is what you want in a fit family. So the other thing is we did a dance off, and I'm going to show you guys how many people participate. I'm not going to show the dance moves because people will be like, Ashley. These were all the dance-offs from this week. All the way from this one to this one. How freaking amazing is that? Like, and we danced at what we were celebrating. Usually if you hover over things, it'll tell you the text. Anna, I'm going to play you. So Anna celebrated it being a Monday. She celebrated her accomplishments, what she did last week. I'm going to pick on Anna because she's on there. I'm trying to find some other coaches. Danny celebrated what she happened last week, and I like how she called off dance-off bitches. That cracked me up. But they're engaged and they're active. So this is my current group. And all of these people are going to get moved over. Why will it not? Okay, all of these people are going to get moved over to my new group that I just created. I'm in the midst of it. Jasmine's been helping me edit everything. So this is the title and this is the theme for it. So the first thing they see, and can Facebook quit picking these horrible screen shares? So the minute they get in, this is the first thing that they're going to see. It's welcome them to the group, what the rules are for the group, what the expectations are, and they get to hear from me right away. So this is the first thing that they see. The next thing that's in there is if you go to photos and you go to albums, all of these resources are in here. And my girls that are in my 2017 group, you are getting a sneak peek because nobody's even seen this besides Jasmine. So I have, will not stay in the order that I wanted to stay in. And so the first thing I have is about meal prepping and planning. So if they click on the album, it's going to take them to these pictures. So how-to videos. I have links on these. How to meal prep. How to get started. What the heck are these containers? Autumn snacking options. Are these all Beachbody? Absolutely. But anybody can access these. Meal preps for the bros. Y'all, if you have not checked out the Beachbody blog, you need to. That is a vessel of information. I also have fuck are these containers? We get them every time we order something, so it explains the containers for them. Cooking tips. Slow cooking tips, veggie cooking tips, common mistakes, what to do with leftovers. So if they need help with meal prepping and planning, this is where they go. Why does it keep taking me to the beginning? Some of the other folders, I wanted to go over this with you guys because I want you to see what you can be providing to your customers and your challengers because you want this to be a one-stop shop for them. You want them to have all the answers. So we have, another one we have is meal planning and Beachbody meal planning. So if they go to this album, every category meal bracket is broken down for them. So say they're in the 1200 to 1500. They click on this link. It's going to take them to the link of where they can find that meal plan. Same thing with this one. And some of them have other links. It just depends on what it is. So I have extra articles for this. So they're like, I don't know what to eat. Well, perfect. Let me show you this album where you can find it. We have healthy recipes, and I broke them down. If they click on chicken, guess what? It's going to take them to this link and bring them a bunch of chicken recipes. We've got vegan recipes, and we got shrimp recipes. One was chili, but I wasn't going to put chili on there. I see the chats flowing up. I promise I'll answer them at the end. Another one we have is extra tidbits. So this was something that I added. I think Jasmine helped me with this one as well. So we have weight loss tips. So if they go to this album, they can click on these articles for weight loss tips, and I'm going to add to them as I find other articles. Here's another one with fitness motivation. So motivational quotes, journaling to hit goals, how to set SMART goals, and then fit beauty. Because let's be honest, a lot of people when it comes to fitness also want to take care of their outward appearance and like what they're using on their body. So I made this one of the albums. Another album that I did was Shakeology recipes. And I broke it down because how many of us can't think of recipes sometimes for Shakeology? So it's broken down into flavors. We've got chocolate, and that can be chocolate vegan or regular. We have vanilla, strawberry, cafe latte, green berry, and then I also did a no bake because some people don't like to drink it as a shake. So now they can go and be like, oh, there's all these recipes that they can click on and find. And then the last album that I did, this was like a last minute, it's called Extra Tidbits. So if they go to extra, nope, that's not it. I lied. Oh yeah, go-to websites. And I asked my challengers, what are some websites that you use on a daily basis? And these were ones that they gave me. So as I find other websites, I'm going to add it to them. And this is just a vessel of information for them. And then the last thing that I added to my page, and I'm still working on the last couple things, is I did a personal development idea because you guys know it's just as important to take care of the inside as the outside. So I give them, are you struggling with confidence, daily discipline, mindset, goal setting, relationships, nutrition and eating, binge eating? Like, there are literally so many books in here because sometimes we got to work on the inside just as much as the outside, even if you're not a coach. And then I also put a file on how to get started with BOD, and it breaks it down on how to get started with BOD. You want this to be a one-stop shop for your challengers. You want them to have all of the information that they can, so you're not repeating the same stuff over and over and over again. So I'm going to answer the questions that were in the challenge group, and then I will answer the questions that are showing up in the chat box, and I'll open up the questions. I'm hoping you guys got some good information on this because I was really pumped for this call. So one of the questions I got was, how do you stay organized? What do you track? The only thing I track is weigh-ins. So every single Monday, I have an Google Excel sheet. So it's saved in Google Drive so I can access it from anywhere. And then also I can send it to my other challengers to help me with it. Or another coach. Jasmine helps me a lot in my challenge group. I swear I've got like 50 million things going on. I'm like, help me, I'm drowning. But that way I can just send them the link and they can do it. So the only thing I track is their weigh-in. And then I have one girl that volunteered to every Friday go through and search everybody in the group. She's probably going to quit doing it when we grow a little bit more, but to see who's staying, who's posting, and who's not. So that's the only thing I track. So I use Google Drive because you can literally access it anywhere. One of the questions I got was, how do you keep them engaged? And I feel like I answered this really well in the call. You got to have an engaging group. You can't just think people are going to post and that's going to be it. Have fun. Do challenges. Do dance-off. Do daily challenges. Give away prizes to your top challengers. Some coaches do point systems. That is too much work for me. That is why there are team leaders for our current team cup right now that we're doing, because that's too much work for me. But maybe have them like honor code, like everybody who posted they did their jumping jacks today, you'll be entered in to win a prize. People love prizes. Another question I got was, how do you explain the benefit? You should never have, I don't know how to really answer this one, because for me, I feel like my challenge groups speak for themselves. I track all of my challengers' weight loss. Last year, I helped all of my people lose 15,000 pounds. That within itself explains the benefit of my challenger. Accountability, support, motivation, we all need that. We need that to be successful in our fitness. And that's how you talk about a challenge group. You're not trying to sell them a product. You're trying to sell them yourself, this challenge group. And if you are selling your challenge group, you better show up and you better be active and you better not let your people down. Nothing breaks my heart more than seeing a challenge group and the coach just disappears. I'm like, what are you? I don't care if you are having the worst of the worst days. You better show up in your challenge group and just be like, you know what, guys? I am so sorry. I'm not here for you today. Today was the horrible day. My son pooped everywhere and I had to clean out of every crevice of his body. But that's been my day, but I promise I'm here. I totally used Emily as an example because I can see Ralph kicking his feet in the bottom of the screen. But you got to show up daily in your challenge groups, guys. How do you get them info programs? So again, if somebody says, I don't have a game plan, that's when I introduce Beachbody. Some people may come in and have a game plan, but between me posting about Beachbody, my other challengers posting about Beachbody, seeing results, eventually they want to try Beachbody because again, you're selling yourself, you're selling your progress, you're selling your journey, and people see that and they want to join you. Do you require a program? I already talked about that. I do not do program-only challenge groups. I don't. And so a top coach asked me, because I shared this information in one of my corporate groups, and she's like, well, aren't people mad because they spent money and you're just giving them the same amount of time as somebody who didn't? Why does that make them any different? And why should they get special time over somebody who can't afford it right now? Sorry, I had a message. 1 second. That's a coach asking if the call's still on. 1 second. But why do they not deserve as much time? My challengers don't know any different if somebody bought a program and if somebody didn't. And I'm pretty sure none of my challengers would care if somebody bought a program and they were still in the group for free or vice versa. Everybody deserves the same amount of time whether they invest in you or not. You're investing in them. You're investing your time and you're loving on them and you're nurturing them and you're helping them reach their goals no matter what part they pick. So when this top coach, and she's literally a top coach, like, well, don't people get mad? No, we should be helping people no matter what. Why would they get mad? So if somebody's doing a program, awesome. They get 100% of my attention in my challenge groups. If somebody's not doing a Beachbody program, awesome. They get 100% attention in my challenge groups. I do not judge others for what they want to do. They get the same amount of time. Do you offer someone the person that's most active in your group? No. I don't. And the reason being is because I've been running this team now for 4 years and helping lead it. And I've noticed this team is more driven by prizes. And so when I ask you guys to do something and I don't offer a prize, most people don't do it. But when I offer a prize, people then do it. And I want to get out of that mentality. It's the same thing in my challenge groups. Like, you should not get a prize for posting. That's what you're supposed to be doing. That's why you joined this group. And then how do you get started? So if you've never run a challenge group before, just post about it. It's not hard. It's actually really easy. It's not complicated to do a challenge group. There's no right or wrong way to do it. You're going to learn the trials and the errors, but you just have to start somewhere, and you just post about it. If you don't want to do it alone, post on the team page and be like, hey, does anybody want to team up with me? But if you team up with somebody, you guys got to work together, and you got to run that challenge group together, and all the work cannot be on one person. So those were all the Q&As that I got. That was a lot of information. Those were a lot of Q&As that I got on the team page. I am going to scroll through the foods. My goodness. I'm going to scroll through the comments really quickly. Does anybody have any questions? Does any of my challengers that are currently in the group, do you want to vouch for how amazing my group is so I'm not just tooting my own horn or anything? I would love to hear from some of you guys while I start to go through some of these questions. Don't make me call on you guys. Come on now. Trish. Thank you, Trish. All right, Trish, go ahead, girlfriend.
I've personally been with Ashley since September for the health bet. And then once that was over, I joined right away with another one of our challenge groups just so that I would become personally accountable and that I wouldn't fall off the wagon. And we got through October, and then some of the girls went on into November. And I think in October is when we really started asking. And I know I was a huge advocate, and I was like, can we please continue this group? Because I'm seeing the same faces, the same people are cheering me on. Some of them are coaches, some of them are not, but I was relying on them. And it would become like a challenge for me. Like if I saw, Anna already posted, I'm like, shoot, I got to post because she's already posted and I haven't posted yet. And somebody's going to call me out. So it really became like a game within myself to see who would post, quicker. And even now I'll see some of our challengers, like first thing, 6:30 in the morning, like they've already got their workouts and they've got their sweaty selfies up. And I'm like, man, I'm behind on my game. I really have to keep up with it. It's been an awesome support system. I know, especially for me going through a tough time right now, I know these girls have my back. And I know if I haven't posted a picture or posted anything, somebody's checking in on me or somebody's saying, hey, what's going on? Are you good? Did you get it in? Are you just crazy with the kids? So I feel like it's super vital. It's why I've kept with my progress that I've made. And I feel like it's the reason why I will continue to make progress is because I have that accountability and support within our group.
And I also know for Trish, she's made friends in this challenge group. And they're not even Beachbody coaches. Like, they're just other challengers because I know she's in group chats with them because they told me about it. And to me, that's the best feeling ever. And I also know, like, my challenge group, I post one day, I'm like, guys, someone make sure I'm up at 6:30. I kid you not. I had 8 people like, it's 6:30. Are you up yet? I'm like, seriously, my alarm just went off. But they're on it. And Trish she was a part of this whole new thing that I used to do because she was in my health bet. And then we did a group, and it was the girls like, can we just keep this going? And I was like, why am I restarting every 30 days? There's no reason to. So thank you, Trish. Thanks for mentioning. And Trish is amazing. And like, that's the other thing about the challenge groups too, is I like my weigh-in posts. I don't comment on every weigh-in just because life, but my girls are commenting on every weigh-in. I saw that our last weigh-in post had almost 200 comments on it. Like, that is amazing. Like, that is awesome. So I saw a couple of questions. Yes, Emily, anybody can see the Beachbody blog. The Beachbody blog is amazing. I don't know how I missed out on all of this information. Sarah, I saw you had a question, I think, where you said you were, no, where did Sarah's question go? There's a question. And anybody feel free to speak up while
It really wasn't a question. It was more of a statement. I really want to, but I'm just, like I said, I'm just nervous.
So join mine. Join mine for 30 days. Invite anybody you want to invite. The only thing I ask is that you make sure you're also checking with them, because I'm obviously the face, the main person people see, because I'm like the weigh-ins and the squat post and whatnot. But invite to mine. Join mine. If a coach, now I'm going to put this straight up, guys. If you join my challenge group and you do not do my weigh-ins and you do not comment on people's posts and you are not active, you are not welcome to stay. And it's not because I don't love you, but I don't let flies on the wall in my group. If you're in my group, you got to participate. I learned that from the Stephanie Parks. That's how I became a hammer in the challenge group. She trained me well. So Sarah, join mine. Message me after this. We'll talk about it on our 101 this week too. And let's team up. And that will get you the confidence and get you ready and excited to start your own. So let's do that.
I will say, mostly because I've been a coach not 4 years, but it feels like freaking forever. And my challenge groups are not as good. And as Ashley stated, this is not how she used to run them. So what I want to reiterate is this is what she was saying here is like the goal for your challenge group. So do not feel bad if you don't have 50 people in your group and they don't comment and it dies off, because I would say 9 times out of 10, that's what's going to happen. This is like a unicorn, and everyone should be striving for this unicorn. But if you don't have that, don't feel bad, I guess is what I want to say. Like, I'm going to really try to utilize my challenge groups and try to get to this place where Ashley's at. But even like almost 3 years into the business, my challenge groups are not as good as hers or as good as this one. So if you're hesitant and worried about failing, you probably are going to fail, and the challenge groups are going to die off. And so don't feel like, because I know there's tons of new coaches on here, that you're like, oh my God, I have to run this challenge group and have 50 people and have that much engagement, because
you don't.
Probably won't.
And I will admit, like Emily says, I've been doing this for 4 years now. 4 years, guys. I have literally closed the door on a challenge group because people quit posting. I'm like, all right, peace out. I'm out of here. But I think it's through the trials and the errors and the failing, which we talk about. You got to keep getting up when you fail. Guys, this has completely changed my business. And it's also changed the way I get my coaches started right. They're in my challenge groups. They're being active. That's how Trish started. She started my challenge group. She's like, I'm just a discount coach. And now she's got 3 coaches underneath her. And she's a business starter. And she's hitting Success Club. Because you gain the confidence. You're sharing your journey. You're sharing your progress. But Emily's 100% right. This is like a unicorn group, but I'm not saying that you can't have this type of group, but you just got to be not afraid to call people out, to kick people out of your challenge group, because I have, and I will share a story when I'm not recording, just because there's some things that should not be on record, but you will have groups that will fail, okay? You will, but you just got to keep doing them. You got to keep doing the challenge groups. And if they become tedious, find a way to make them fun. Honestly, me doing this revolving group, I don't have to worry about closing groups anymore and starting new groups and people falling off the bandwagon because they're staying in my groups, and you better believe I'm calling them out. And if they want to leave for a little bit, that's okay. I had a girl, she's like, life's just really busy right now. I can't commit. Can I leave and just come back? Absolutely. Girlfriend, my doors are always open, and you better believe your name is on a list now so I can follow up with you every single month until you're ready to come back. So before I quit doing the recording, does anybody have any other questions about the challenge group or anything to add or anything like that before I end the recording? I think people wait till I hit end record, so then they'll talk. I think we've come to that conclusion.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, I have a question. So, like, I work full-time, usually 8 to 4:30, and then I typically have, like, a ton of stuff. Like, I just got home from work. Well, not work, but other stuff right now. So what are your suggestions about, like, if you're doing something like this and you can't check in with these people really, because I haven't been on my phone literally all day to check in with these people to make sure Like, is that bad, or you know what I mean?
Not at all. You have a life. You absolutely have a life. So what I do, and let's be honest, we all do this, unless you leave your phone sitting in your dining room like my in-laws do, which I find very irritating. How many of us scroll our phone before we go to bed? We're scrolling Facebook. We're scrolling Instagram. That's when I'm liking posts and I'm checking in. And also Hootsuite. Hootsuite is my friend. All those squat photos that you see Lisa being posted on our group, Hootsuite. We all have a life, and people know that. So it's okay. And that's where your other challengers are going to come in handy. And that's why it's nice to have other coaches in your group if you can, or kind of put people in charge. And you see how our group is. Like, I could go without commenting on any post, and that group is still, people might not even miss me anymore. Not just kidding. I would hope you guys would miss me. But that is okay. So I would say at the end of the night, check-in. That's when you do your check-ins, because that's what works for you, and that's totally okay. And at the end of the night, that's when you post and let your people know, like, hey guys, I do work. I work a full-time job. I can't check in with at night, but I am here. So when you go over the expectations of the group and what they can expect from you, that's something you tell them right away. Like, I can't check in till the end of the night, but I am 100% here for you. It just may take me a little bit to get back to you. And that's totally okay. Anybody have any other questions before I end the recording? And then I'm going to share a story with you guys. And then I'm sure you guys will then start to talk and get out of your little cocoons. No? All right. Well, thank you guys so much for joining me, guys. I'm just going to hit the end recording. You don't have to hop off if you don't want to. If you weren't on this call tonight, please make sure you try to get on our call next week and every single week, because I would love to see your beautiful faces. All right.